Girl, not Katt Williams exposing Kevin Hart for selling his soul to the Illuminati. Kevin Hart done made Katt furious, and Katt is coming for him with everything that he's got. In case y'all missed the tea, Kevin has been clowning Katt for a hot minute now, which is a big mistake because he must have forgot that Katt has receipts for days. Most people in Hollywood know better than to try to beef with Katt or come for him in any way. But Kevin Hart probably didn't get the memo, and that's why we're seeing Katt spilling so much tea on Kevin, and as usual, he's not holding back. Y'all remember Kevin's nasty car accident a couple of years ago? Well, Katt is claiming that it was no ordinary accident because it was an exchange of souls and Kevin was in on it. The interesting thing about this is that Katt wasn't going to spill the entire story, but Kevin tried to come for him, and that made Katt mad. For some context, Katt and Kevin have always had their issues because Katt thinks that Kevin is unoriginal, and Kevin, on the other hand, thinks that Katt doesn't take responsibility for his actions. Y'all know how Katt said that the Illuminati ruined his career because he was always speaking on them.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
Well, Kevin decided to come for Katt out of the blue, and in an interview that he did on The Breakfast Club, he accused Katt of lying, claiming that Katt is an addict who can't stay clean, and that's why his career never fully blew up.
Good or bad, my frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You off promo shoots. You off your promo trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what, I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
It's kind of interesting how the industry is always quick to accuse truth tellers of being on substances or being crazy, isn't it? Well, the battle line was drawn between Katt and Kevin, and they've been ops since then. Katt finally had his chance to throw the shade back at Kevin when he went on Club Shay Shay podcast, and he dragged Kevin for filth. He exposed Kevin for lying about how successful he is, claiming that it's all smoke and mirrors because Kevin is nowhere close to being as successful as he pretends to be. This also checks in with the recent interview that Tasha K had with Kevin's ex-assistant, who claimed that Kevin has a raging gambling addiction and burned through all his money several times and had to pay out half checks to his various employees.
Does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
Kevin definitely has a gambling problem.
How bad?
Very bad. He spends at least 3 days a week he's gambling. He plays high-stake poker.
Anyways, Katt also claimed that Kevin's sold-out shows were staged because Kevin has never sold out a show, but he allegedly hires people to fill the seats. So he gives the illusion of a successful comedian. But Katt didn't stop there because he dragged Kevin, saying that he is an industry plant who has had a suspicious rise to fame. He pointed out how Kevin rose to fame immediately after entering Hollywood and never had an organic growth. Now, I need y'all to keep this part about Kevin being an industry plant in mind, because we're going to circle back to it in a bit. Katt even clowned Kevin for taking his leftovers, saying that most of the roles that Kevin got were roles that were first offered to him, but he had to turn them down because they were involved some sort of humiliation, like asking him to put on a dress, or also highlighted instances where Kevin allegedly compromised his standards, like the time he gave in to wearing a dress after swearing never to.
Then you would understand. It's okay. All right.
Yeah, this was embarrassing for Kevin, and he tried to come for Katt, calling him a clown.
Hey, Kev, you didn't say nothing to Katt Williams when he did a 3-hour interview talking slow yesterday. You didn't put a shot clock on him.
Well, do you entertain the circus or do you watch it, Perk? Which one do you do?
Well, that wasn't the last time we heard of the situation, because Katt decided to take things a step further by teaming up with Kevin's ex-wife, Teray, for a tour, and they promised to spill the tea on Kevin. But Kevin continued to mock Katt, and he finally pushed Katt to expose one of Kevin's biggest secrets, his alleged sacrifice. Remember how Katt said that Kevin was an industry plant? Well, he is now claiming that Kevin allegedly sold his soul to the industry in exchange for fame. And according to the streets, Kevin's car accident back in 2019 was when he sold his soul. As a refresher, back in 2019, Kevin was involved in a very bad car accident and he has some spinal injuries. It was touch and go for a while and it was unclear if he was going to make it out. It was pretty serious and his bestie Dwayne even had to cut his honeymoon short. But based on this theory, it was all planned out. Katt pointed out how weird it was that Kevin was discharged from the hospital after only 10 days, even though he had a spinal injury. Spinal injuries are known to be pretty delicate and they often require long hospital stays. So Katt and people find it suspicious that Kevin only had to spend a little over a week in the hospital. Katt also pointed out how we still don't know the details of that crash. We don't know who else was in the car with him. We don't know where he was going, none of that. Even shadier is the fact that his security left everyone else in the car and took Kevin alone to the hospital. Alone. According to Katt, he is adding 2 and 2 together and it doesn't make sense, and this is why he believes that the accident was a weird ritual of some sort. He also believes that this is why Kevin got all defensive when Katt called out the Illuminati and accused him of being on drugs. A lot of people backed Katt on this and they left comments saying, Kevin Hart's car accident situation was sus AF to me. This whole Kevin Hart car accident story is weird. After the crash, Kevin climbed out of the driver's side window but wasn't driving, then left the scene with security and left the other 2 people at the scene who were hurt. And Kevin Hart's accident was an Illuminati sacrifice gone wrong. This is a very interesting take, but I want to know how y'all feel about this situation. Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.